Good morning. Once again, it's your lawyer's favorite lawyer coming back with Monday Motivation. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend myself. I thought about you all a lot because I will be candid with you. When I first started doing these, I thought I had something to say, and but I figured I would say what little bit I had to say. People would, not tune in, not listen, and then I could say, well, at least I tried. I gave the old college try, but it wasn't something that I need to continue doing. And then I started getting your emails. I started getting your inboxes. I started getting your text messages. I started getting people to tell me their story and tell me how something I said, which I didn't even know that I was saying it in that manner, inspired them. You have people who wanted to go back to school, that were afraid, that challenged their fear. You have people that wanted to step out on their own and do their own business and were timid or didn't know which direction to go. You had people that wanted to travel the world but had a fear of traveling or didn't know the right steps to take to get out there. You had people suffering from disease and cancer and all sorts of things. And so, with that being said, I want you all to know that you inspire me every Monday to get up and to do these things. You all inspire me to keep going. And, during the week I read your timeline and I see your personal struggles, and I'm glad that you allow me into your life to at least provide some motivation. I don't call it inspiration, even though we want to think that we inspire. But motivation is from the outside. Inspiration comes from the inside. So I'm glad that you all allow me, as part of your weekly regimen, to come into your world and to inspire you. I gave you all a little teaser about what I was going to talk about today, which I said was going to be the butterfly effect. Problem is, as I tried to study on the butterfly effect, something else kept coming to me. And the thing that kept coming to me, I'm going to share with you in just a minute. It's a story that was made famous by, at least I came into context with it, a story made famous by Malcolm X. Malcolm was not clearly the author of it, but I became aware of it by Malcolm X. And it's talking about, and I'm looking at my computer because I'm waiting on it to print out, but it's this donkey in a ditch. And it's not the Bible parable of the donkey in the ditch. And I'm going to give you two stories because both of them are impactful. One, there's a donkey that falls into a ditch. And the people in the road who come by see this donkey in a ditch and they laugh at him. And they laugh at him and they throw stones at him. Stones could be representative of barbs. They could be representative of actual rocks. It could be representative of hate speech. It could be representative of anything that would be hurtful to this particular donkey. And he gets hit with stone after stone. And he shakes off each stone. And so many people come by and throw stones at him that eventually the stones fill up the ditch and the donkey walks out. Now, there's a second story, as I was doing research for this, that impacted me as well. And this was a farmer and a donkey. And so, farmer hears these cries from a donkey. Essentially, the donkey fell into a ditch, deep ditch. Some may say it's a well. The farmer, hears this cries, and this donkey is crying out, like, help me, help me. And the farmer can't figure out how to get him out. So the farmer figures, oh, well, he's old, and we're going to have to bury him soon anyway, so we might as well bury him now. And so he invites his friends to come over and to try to bury this donkey. And they, every spade full of that shovel that they throw on a donkey, at first the donkey realizes, man, I'm about to be buried. And of course he does what we all do when we see a impediment. He panics, he cries, he has an emotional, response, and then he gets quiet. And as they throw dirt, every time the dirt hits him, he shakes the dirt off. Every time the dirt hits him, he shakes it off. And as enough dirt hits him, he shakes it off and he steps up. He shakes it off and he steps up. So much dirt hits him, he shakes it off and walks out of the ditch. Now, part of the story says that the donkey walks out of the ditch and walks away. Another story says, as they tried to throw dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and step up. Pretty soon the donkey stepped over the edge of the ditch and trotted off, to the shock and astonishment of all the neighbors. Now, it goes further to say that the donkey actually, instead of walking away, came back and then kicks the farmer. And so that's a story for some other people that says sometimes when you try to cover your ass, it still comes back to kick you. But the point in it is this, in both stories, and I promise you I'll get back to the butterfly effect next week. I think this is too heavy for me to just deal with cavalierly. You have things in your life that come up, and people who you thought were close to you, who were friends, who were family, who would be supportive of you, they see you struggling. And what they do is they throw stones at you. They throw hateful things at you. They talk about you. They post stuff about you. They tell your personal business. They do all of these things to you. You have people that throw dirt on you, who try to dirty your name or make it look as though you were never friends with them anyway. I remember on a show some of you young people may not even know existed. It was called In Living Color. And in Living Color, it was Jamie Foxx, and he and another comedian were security guards. And they were security guards, and they were supposed to be securing Tupac. And then Tupac walks up and tries to come in, and they block Tupac from coming in. And then as Tupac's bodyguards come up to move them, one of the security guards, not Jamie Foxx, but the other one, he gets on the side of the bodyguards, and he telling Jamie Foxx, move out the way. And sometimes your friends are going to do you like that. They're going to be with you up until the point that they don't see it's beneficial for them to be with you, and then they're going to jump sides. But just remember this. Every time they throw a stone, and you hit it, you feel it, and you want to shut down, just think about it. You can either get buried in that ditch, or you can shake off that dirt and step up and step out the ditch. And then sometimes you're put in a position where you can come and kick the farmer who tried to bury you. Now, I'm not saying revenge, but I'm saying that sometimes you're put in a position to where you are in the driver's seat even after you were in the ditch. So look, let me tell you this. Because you fall, that doesn't mean anything. Your past is your past. You had things that happened in your past, it's gone. Your father, your mother wasn't the best parent, so what? Now you can decide to do what you need to do. Your dad wasn't around, so what? You were born with something that you can't control. Most black folks are born with something that we can't control. How, our skin color. Who cares? Every knock is a boost. No, Jimmy, you're not a good lawyer. Okay. Jimmy, you're not going to be able to make it. Jimmy, you're not cut out for this. Every knock is a boost. When you listen to your story and somebody telling you about yourself, you say, guess what? You're going to understand when you see me walk out of this ditch. You're going to understand when you see me get out of this well. You're going to understand what you tried to do and what happened. They have an African proverb that says, they tried to bury us. They didn't realize we were a seed. So with that, sorry I didn't get to the butterfly effect. Trust me, I'm full. The butterfly effect is in. I've had to tell my son this one. I got the butterfly effect coming probably next week. Also, I'm going to talk about what a Pyrrhic victory is. Sometimes you win, but you lose. I got a few things coming out that I've been researching just for you all. I'm also going to do a couple of things that are not on Monday, just for some people that are interested. I am headed back at some point this month back to Cuba. And I always get inspired when I go see the Cuban people because they do so much with very little. And that always teaches me that, I can, deal with the little bit I got because they deal with so little and they're so happy. So with that being said, thank you for listening. May God bless you. And if you need me, you know where I am. I do publicly speak. I'm willing to come to your football team, basketball team, high school, gymnasium, corporate meeting. If the Cowboys need a little motivation, holler at me. If not, I'll see you next Monday. Motivational Money.